And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag.
Had to triple my bag.
Wow.
Had to triple my bag.
Wow.
Had to triple my bag.
Yeah.
Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Duo live show here at Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman, aka the Crypto Hitman.
I am Todd Butterfield.
The man with the plan, taking us all to Lambo land. Well, of course, today we're going to talk about a few things. Number one, we're going to look at the large cap charts, that being Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB. We'll also look at the stock indexes to see what's going on over there. Right now, we're seeing the NASDAQ down about 161 points, yet Bitcoin has a little bit of a green bar, so that's interesting. We'll see what Todd has to say about that. And then as far as news is concerned, we're going to talk about the Ethereum spot ETF filing. We're going to talk about why Ripple and the CTO of XRP believes that some regulatory uncertainty is behind us. And then there is one more article we're going to talk about, and that is Google Ads is going to kind of switch the policy. For a while now, no crypto projects can participate in Google Ads, which is one of the best ways of and forms of marketing per capita. And they're going to be allowing NFT gaming projects to actually start utilizing those ads. So we'll talk about all that here shortly. Todd, if you want to give me the screen, we'll go over the top 100 and then we'll jump right into the charts.
You got it.
Make sure to smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Join us at patreon.com/learncrypto if you want to triple those bags. And leave some comments in the comment section. You guys direct these live shows beyond the first 10 minutes or so. BeyondFOMO.com, using it instead of CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. Not much to say. Bitcoin down 4.3% on the 7-day, about break even. We see everything is about break even. Some projects we're keeping an eye on for some entries is Dogecoin. We've been talking about that in previous live shows, why I think there's alpha there. Solana, I think there's alpha there. I think it's going to be a nice outperformer to Ethereum in the next bull market potentially, and we sold this higher. I had sells at like $21.80. Todd had sells up around $23, and we are down to $19.55. But outside of that, not much is going on. Look at this, flat. There's no even outliers. Nobody's making money today, but we'll see what the charts say. Are we finally poised for a setup to buy back Bitcoin and some of these altcoins, or is there more downside to come? I think, like I said, it is pretty optimistic that Bitcoin is holding strong here with the NASDAQ down so much today. But let's let the chart master Todd take a look at the charts and see what the Wyckoff markings have to say.
First of all, we're going to go over the stocks as we normally do. We got the SPY here. As you know, I've been looking for lower. Technometer flatlining today down there at 40.85. 38 is considered more oversold. So I really was hoping for a little more weakness today. We are bouncing off the lows. Dow's coming back. I think a lot of that is some oil stocks, etc. So Dow's up 97. NASDAQ, as Nick said, down $1.50. So still looks to me a little bit lower here. Let's look at the QQQ. Same type of thing. Technometer 42.37, lower right. After having that sell 2 days ago, the sell worked perfectly. But again, 38's oversold, so we're not near there. So I'm going to look for a little more sloppy action. TLT, I mentioned, got oversold yesterday. We're still down there, as you can see, the green dot from yesterday. So TLT could have tested that previous low and headed higher. Same thing on GDX. It was also oversold with the green dot. We're a little bit lower today, not much. That could be also a test of the low and ready to turn higher. I keep mentioning XLE. That's been a winner for us. If we look at it, Technometer 47.7. I was looking for maybe move that green out of there so we don't screw up the picture a little bit. If I can get it knocked out of here. So the buy was June 26. You can see we wanted to add on an oversold technometer. I did get that. Didn't pull the trigger on an add-on, but we're still originally long down there, 70, high 77, low 78s. I think oil probably continues higher. It's even acting well today because we got Chinese stocks getting hit here. I know Baba's down pretty well, and some of the others. So oil probably should be off more, and it hasn't been. So
how does a strong oil affect, markets like crypto and NASDAQ and other things? Or do they correlate at all? Or
I mean, the strong oil is going to definitely hurt restaurant stocks. I am long Wingstop, taking some losses there. Still long, but have losses. You think with a higher crude, we're going to get worries about inflation. That's probably is what's hurting NASDAQ today. And so far hasn't hurt crypto. Bitcoin's holding in here. So far respectful on that. Let's look at the Bitcoin chart then while we're here. Bitcoin, not much to add from yesterday. I mean, we're still holding at these levels that I mentioned. And the technometer, you can see, I told you yesterday it was really neutral. Still today at 45.2, so still neutral. Would like to see it break down lower, but if NASDAQ rallies back here, probably not going to get that. Maybe could get some strength there. So we haven't bought back MicroStrategy yet. Let's look at those. Let's go back to stock chart here real quick, because these are ones Nick and I have been trading.
Yeah, and our bullish Bitcoin count still is to hold, a minimum of 23,800 to 24,200, even if we get the breakdown. So that's kind of what we're looking like. We sold Bitcoin at 29,100 and looking for a re-entry somewhere down here. Just don't have a good setup just yet. Now let's take a look at MicroStrategy, RIOT, and Coinbase.
The MicroStrategy in front of you, below me. Technometer 43. I got a dog barking. So again, I think we're making a backup here. Maybe already completed it. Now we're just testing it. So those are ones that if you want to nibble here, you possibly could, but just don't have the good strong buy setup that I'm wanting yet. And here's RIOT, 43.8 on the technometer. But once again, we are down there at that backup level. So we had a backup previously, and this is probably really just the same type of thing. Strong back up to that $11 level. So that's what we're looking for. We're going to watch those closely here and see what we're going to get moving forward.
Cool. Do you want to take a look at the ETH chart real quick, and then I'll take over a couple news articles, and then we'll hop to the chat to see what charts you want us to look at and what we're going to do.
All right, let me run back to the ETH. And the ETH chart really is going to be the same type of thing. I'll bring up ETH, dollar, Coinbase, and you can see here nothing but sideways. Technometer neutral, 45.6. I mentioned the OP is hitting the lows while price is holding. That's a little friendly. So wanting to be long, but again, the indicator is just not giving us to us. So we'll roll back to Nick.
Cool. All right, let's take a look. So the first news piece I want to talk about, this is what's getting people hyped today, and maybe why Bitcoin's holding in the face of the red stock market, is apparently VanEck ARK filed officially for the Ethereum spot ETF. We all know about the Bitcoin spot ETF. Now they're filing for an Ethereum spot ETF. The race up for the United States' first spot Ethereum exchange-traded fund has officially begun after new 19B4 filings by the Chicago Board Options Exchange, which will ultimately start the clock for a Securities and Exchange Commission decision. People are getting so hyped for this, but guys, we still don't have a Bitcoin spot ETF. I don't think we're going to get a Bitcoin spot ETF till January or March of 2024. Then we have the Bitcoin halving in April of 2024, and then you would be lucky to finally get an Ethereum spot ETF by mid 2024. I think the final deadline as of now, based on this filing, would be May of 2024. They haven't expedited the process for Bitcoin spot ETF, so I don't know why people are getting so excited for this ETH spot ETF. They're definitely not going to do an Ethereum spot ETF before they do a Bitcoin one. I just don't think that's happening. So that means at the very earliest, we could see an Ethereum spot ETF in May of 2024. I would think most likely ARK gets denied just like they did on Bitcoin spot. Then BlackRock and all these other guys follow suit. Grayscale has a ETF trust product that probably want to convert as well. And maybe we get an Ethereum spot ETF towards the end of 2024 in the middle of the crypto bull market. As for the next bit of news, Ripple CTO says tide is turning on U.S. regulatory environment. Obviously, we know that XRP won its first lawsuit against the SEC, causing a minor pump that we were saying to sell. I don't know if you guys recalled this. I had to tweet out this out again because look at this. XRP is now below 50 cents, down 47% since the pump I told you to be a seller on. When the pump happened, I said XRP reached its highest level since March 2022 after courts ruled it was not a security. This initial pump and relisting by exchanges will be the exit liquidity whales and long-term holders need to cash in on their bags. Hopefully you guys followed me. Hopefully you listened and you sold out on this. We are back down all the way. Retraced everything that it had there. Look at that. Almost all the way back down to the pre-pump pricing. Needless to say, why did I think this article was important? Not to shill our previous sells, but because XRP and the CTO of Ripple would be in the know on what's going on with regulatory uncertainty in the USA. Also, it is a good leading indicator that the likes of Coinbase and Binance US will also win their lawsuits against the SEC, which would be potentially the next crypto market catalyst to get us going in the right direction once again. And then lastly, the last bit of news I wanted to follow, and I think probably the most important, would be Google will allow ads for NFT games starting September 15th. Why is this important? Google has been blocking crypto ads and crypto promotions for a very long time. Google Ads is one of the most effective and cheapest ways to get marketing to the masses. So the fact that they are going to allow NFT gaming to start promoting their projects and promoting their NFTs, it helps crypto as a whole a little bit. But what I really think it does is it helps the GameFi sector of cryptocurrencies. So if you own NFTs that have a game affiliated with them, if you own tokens that are affiliated with the GameFi sector in crypto, I think we might be in for a bout of that sector really moving forward. And potentially we're already seeing that with Gamify. We're seeing the success of Stake.com, Rollbit, and the market capitalizations of those tokens are absolutely exploding. Will Google Ads allow those type of projects to promote? We'll see starting September 5th. So keep an eye on your favorite GameFi projects. Don't give up hope on them. I know they've been out of favor, but now it looks like they're going to have a little bit of an advantage with being allowed to market on Google once again.
While you're talking here, I had the XRP chart up. I mean, the news could have gave us a jump and then a really deep backup down there on the sell-off. So we did get oversold 3 days ago. Technometer 42.5. Somebody had asked for that. Ram had asked for that. So 42.5 currently right now. Again, I'd like to see a little bit lower on everything here. I'm looking for that kind of fifth wave down on Bitcoin to maybe give us one last scare before we reverse it higher. So that's what I'm hoping for at the moment.
And that would kind of play in line with, the hope that Bitcoin has a little capitulation down to 23,800 to 24,200. All these overreact and sell off even harder. And then that's kind of the capitulation where we want to be looking for entries on BNB, Solana, Doge, potentially XRP if Todd wants to start trading that. So, we'll, stay tuned here. We'll give you as much as we can. But if you want live timestamp trades, join us at patreon.com/learncrypto. Or if you want to be able to ask us any questions, comments, concerns 24/7, you can tag us in there and we'll get right to you. You guys are highest on the priority list over YouTube, over Twitter, over TikTok, or anything else. Shout out to Craig Nickham, Moss, Gary, Yannick, Carrie for all being here. Yannick says, why is the DXY going up, Todd?
I'm not a currency expert. That's one area I don't really get much excitement from. I mean, I'm really not sure on the dollar. There's just so many things that move the dollar around. I do think the dollar still is going to top out somewhere here and help us out on crypto, but I'm not sure on the dollar. A lot going on.
Sats McGee says, Todd, have you guys started buying coin, BTC, and miners yet? Sorry if you already mentioned it. He's just now joining.
We have not. Again, looking at them, hoping for a little bit lower. I mean, today they do look a little friendly here short term. They're kind of trying to hold in here, but I'm not sure. Stocks still look like they have more downside. We've had a pretty good sell-off here the last few days. Would like to see some weakness into Friday, and then maybe crypto can come down over the weekend. So haven't pulled the trigger on anything really as of yet.
Rob B says, Nick, could you explain the long-term view on Zen, like the roadmap that Todd uses for Bitcoin? Well, I don't have a technical analysis roadmap for Zen, but the fundamentals still look solid. We have either increments of 42 Zen or 500 Zen being put into nodes on allnodes.com. That is ALLNODES.com. And you earn Zen rewards every Monday. They are still working. They still have a Grayscale Zen Trust, which eventually could potentially lead to a Zen ETF. Now, you need Bitcoin first, then probably Ethereum, then probably Litecoin, and then you'll be looking at others. But, everything's still in line for them to have a big comeback in this next bull market. We're compounding and accumulating those rewards, and we'll be looking to trade out of those in patreon.com/learncrypto when we deem fit or there's some major market outperformance.
Now, again, below me is the Zen chart. We have a new low in the OP, which is 3 up from the bottom. So you can see a new low here while price is holding. We are coming down a new oversold. So I'd probably say this is a spring that we had back there on June 9th. And now we've tested it. So probably maybe Zen again a hair lower here the next few days. But I think it'll probably try to turn up here and try to lead us back higher.
And then Yannick says, Nick, did you mention PENN? So I talked about PENN yesterday in a Patreon-only video. That's another perk of being a Patreon that we are looking for to continue to sell off today. It did sell off and hit this lower trend line at 2170 this morning, but it has caught and reversed some of that. Eventually, I'm going to have to just pull the trigger, even if it's not the perfect entry. Why? I've been saying this. They partnered with ESPN. Okay, guys, it's going to be shielded everywhere. NFL and NBA are the two most gambled sports in the United States, especially. PENN is focusing all of their gambling license in the United States. The NFL season starts tonight, Thursday, with its first football game. It really kicks off this Sunday, so in a few days. And the NBA season starts next month. I don't want to be left behind on PENN. I think you're kind of in this downward channel that eventually is going to break out like I was showing here. And eventually, I might just have to pull the trigger. When we were up here and PENN sold off Barstool and PENN stock was at $28, $29, I said I want a PENN entry at $20. We have sold off massively as low as this morning's open, but I don't know if we're going to get $20. And the other, like I said, NFL season, NBA season is starting. I'm trying to hold out. I might just have to start putting overhead buy limits in. I'm trying to hold out and continue to get a better entry, but PENN is one that I think is interesting. I don't really have exposure to the gambling side of things, like DraftKings or anything like that. And it's something I want to be involved with in the traditional markets. Now, many of you probably have exposure to GambleFi, and the new Dead Prez token is about to launch. And it's hoping it can follow in the footsteps of Rollbit or Stake.com, but that isn't the crypto side. I want some traditional market gambling exposure, and PENN has been on the radar of mine and Todd since that acquisition at $28, $29, and our position has been to keep waiting for lower. So stay tuned. We'll let you know when we buy it here on YouTube, but Patreon's going to get that entry first, going to get the overhead buy orders first. And I think this is going to be a big winner in the next bull cycle for stocks.
Yeah, the chart hasn't shown much for Wyckoff labeling. Not much I can show here. I mean, it looks like maybe we've been under accumulation. Maybe these are some springs down here. So it could just be oversold. Technometer is oversold here, so could give us a low-cost entry. And again, if the market's ready to turn higher, then we can give us a chance to try to dig out of here.
And this is one that we haven't traded. It was just a market darling during the pandemic for various reasons. Them getting licensed, them partnering up with Barstools, and David Portnoy shilling them. But now, with prices way off the lows at $22, the highs was something insane, like $150. They have an ESPN. They got real fundamentals, but they got some more licenses. And again, NFL and NBA season starting. So want to keep an eye on. We don't have a position yet. We've never had a position, and we're interested. That is definitely on our radar. What is going on, Mark Lane? What is going on, Rob?
What's up, Mark?
Mas says, shout out Tropical Storm in the Falls of Iguazu. Well, shout out to you. Hopefully your internet stays on so you can keep getting all the alpha here on Learn Crypto. Mas says, I'm not a Patreon for credit card reasons. Are there things I don't get published to the Discord group? So if you're in our private Discord group, that means you're paying us somehow. Either it's patreon.com/learncrypto or you're paying us with crypto itself, unless you're just in the free stock Discord. If that's the case, reach out to us. We do accept Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, other crypto assets for the Patreon. Patreon membership as well. So if you want to get in there, credit card doesn't work. We got ways to get you into the private group.
And then there you're getting the real-time trades, stops, discussions, etc. So we give quite a bit away here for free, but definitely not the real-time trades. And in these markets, you know, you kind of got to stay on top of stuff. I'm going to run a quick disclaimer, as always, here real quick. So hold on, let's do that, get that out of the way.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns. Thank you.
All right, got that out of the way. WyckoffSMI.com, the original institute started by Mr. Wyckoff, 1931. LearnCrypto.io, we've got courses at both websites. We do manage assets through Charles Schwab on the stock side. We can do crypto through trading APIs. Coinbase just finally set that back up. Binance has it, so hit us up if you have any interest. I would recommend a trading course if you aren't doing much. I do a lot of Wyckoff Wave, and I've done Elliott Wave since early 1980s with Robert Prechter. So that's kind of what I'm doing here.
Yannick says, hate to ask about this crappy stock, but thoughts on Chargepoint? I don't know if that's probably not in your system, but maybe it's on TradingView or you've heard of it. Chargepoint. I've never even heard of it.
I'm aware of it. I mean, that's the, isn't that the one that's doing the deal with NVIDIA? CHPT. Let me bring that chart up here and go to that real quick. It's been not a good chart pattern here. Let's go to it real quick. CHPT, Chargepoint Holdings, breaking down today and then recovering a little bit, but not much to say there. Probably with the volume of today's action, I would guess that's some type of selling climax. But all that would tell you is maybe the downside's done, and maybe we can trade sideways here and build up some accumulation. So if I was in that, I probably would try to trade it. It could be making a major low here. I mean, it's off the highs incredibly, so, but not one I'm watching. But I might add that to the software.
It's kind of an ugly chart. Not much to really go off there. Every rally just gets dumped into for liquidity. Is there any other fundamental questions, news questions, or other charts you want us to look at today? We've kind of already gone over for the late guys that Ethereum ETF, spot ETF has been filed for. I think there's zero chance an Ethereum's ETF gets approved before Bitcoin ETF, and that pushes you all the way back to best case scenario, a May 2024 launch for Ethereum's spot ETF. I think you'd be lucky to have one by the end of 2024. So I'm not too excited for that. I know everybody's getting hyped about that. I don't think it's coming. I think you got a long time to wait, so don't look too much into that. Also, we talked about how the CTO XRP thinks there's a better regulatory environment in the USA. Obviously, they won their court case. Hopefully, Coinbase and Binance US can follow up and win their court cases. And then lastly, Google is turning a little more crypto-friendly, just a little bit, allowing NFT games to now start advertising and promoting themselves on Google starting September 15th. Look for GameFi and GambleFi sectors in crypto to have some minor outperformance based on this news and once the ads go live.
I am going to bring up the chart here on RNDR because Mark had mentioned that. You could answer KB there if you want to, Nick, while I'm bringing this chart up.
Yeah, KB, just head over to patreon.com/learncrypto. You can use credit card, PayPal, or any payment source. It is all ran by Patreon, which is a third-party provider that's very well trusted. And you can set it up for auto pay as well to make sure that you never lose access. I know some people lose access at untimely times when the market is moving. So make sure auto pay is on and you are good to go. I'll send the link here once again.
Let me go over this RNDR chart because it is interesting. Mark had mentioned that. Here we are, RNDR. You can see what looks like some good accumulation here at the lows. And you can see here recently, third up from the bottom, that's the OP volume constructed on a 5-minute basis. You can see we're at new lows really here the last 3 days. So you've had major selling in volume while price has actually rallied from below 40 cents all the way to $3 and now sitting here at $1.46. We was oversold 3 days ago on our technometer. We're back to neutral, but yeah, this definitely could be a jump and a backup. You can see big volume on the jump, no volume on the backup. So I would think RNDR could lead us higher, and it's having a good day here the last couple of days. So the low could be in there, down there at that 125 level that it was. So that one could be exciting. I'd keep that on everyone's radar.
Interesting. Mark Lane wants you to also look at the FET chart, FET, and then the TRX chart, Tron. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. While you're pulling that up, Ram says, Todd, I know in the past you were managing the investments. Are you still doing that? Yes, head over to learncrypto.io. Learncrypto.io, and you can see everything we offer, from trading courses to crypto private client group, all of our free socials like this YouTube and Twitter, and then the most important one, which is patreon.com/learncrypto. But yes, Coinbase APIs work, Binance APIs work. Those are the two predominant ones that are used for crypto PCG. We also can manage stock accounts through Charles Schwab. That option is also available.
Let me throw this on the big screen real quick. This is FET. You can see here, tried to grab that chart down. We had that spike high back in January. Again, OP hitting new lows. Price is trying to hold. Definitely doing much better here in the last month off the lows. So that one probably, again, I would have no problem being long that and looking for continued higher. And then TRX, Tron. That one also trending higher here in the last month, and set the OP load. Same type of thing. OP is setting near the lows while price is trying to continue to make higher highs, higher lows. So that chart looks about as good as any of them with the trending higher. So same thing, TRX. So Mark is doing his work, because those are three decent looking charts here moving forward.
I guess if you want to pull up the Bitcoin chart, just kind of go over our previous trades and what we think here for people who are joining late. And we'll see if there's any other questions, comments, or concerns in the chat box to keep this live show going. If not, we're going to get back to Patreon. We're going to get back to the charts, and we're going to see if there's any way that we can speed along the process of tripling those bags.
Go back here to the Bitcoin chart, and then I'm going to answer XLE. So same thing on the Bitcoin chart. Nothing really has changed. It looks like we're just working on another backup here like we had before. I wanted one more breakdown below that 25.2 level. So something hard down there, maybe even 24.80s or something. So we are firmer today, so maybe you might not get it, but I think stocks still look lower. So, and our technometer definitely not oversold down here. So keeping me on the sidelines for now, and just watching closely. And on for stats,
reminder.
I'm going to go back to XLE. Go ahead.
Yeah, a reminder. We sold our Bitcoin position at 29,100 before the major breakdown. So we might be in a little bit different position than you, and that's why we're trying to sit on our hands here, even though Bitcoin is remaining pretty firm today in the face of a red stock market.
Sats asked about XLE, so let me show that here real quick.
And then after that, Set Yourself Free, welcome to the channel. He said, could you have a look at SUI, SUI, on the USD pair?
SUI. Okay, XLE, again, had to buy June 26th. Thought we was doing the lower end of the triangle. Thought maybe the E wave was ending. It appears that's what happened. If you count this out, it appears, maybe for Elliott wave, we could break to new highs, and that would be the first wave one up, and then we'd have an ABC correction. I would think support, is this 86 level, maybe even as high as 87.50 on XLE. Let me blow that chart up so we can see it a little bit better. I think from the actual low is probably June 1st for the triangle. That would be the E wave ending there, and then we had a 1-2. I bought the 1-2 as we dug out of there. Then I think we had some 1-2, 1-2s, and now we're working on a bunch of 3-4s, 3-4s, and 5s. So again, it looks like ABC correction somewhere here, and then new highs above the resistance at 91 that we did back November 14th of last year, and then an ABC pullback, which would be a back up to a creek, and then probably just continued higher. So I got a feeling XLE could be good looking out longer term here. So then I'm going to say SUI. I'm guessing that's not in my crypto software at the moment, and it's not, so I could bring it up here, trading view.
Yep.
SUI Binance. Switch the chart over. I mean, not much to add on SUI. I mean, I guess it had that big green bar opening. I would think this is a selling climax, a spring and a test. So since we're getting ready to be a buyer here on things, I mean, I think that one here in the coming days could probably be okay. And again, this would have been a selling climax, a spring and a test. So I think you'd be all right probably owning that. Again, do your own research. This is not individual investment advice. We do manage assets, but on here we're just trying to do a little bit of education and get you ready.
Thank you. Set Yourself Free says we see it the same way. Shout out to you. Hopefully you keep tuning in. Make sure to follow us on Twitter for free content. And if you want 24/7 access to us and our live trades, whether you want to copy them or get entry stop levels based off of them, join us at patreon.com/learncrypto. If you want to learn how to make all the markings that you're seeing on my charts, on Todd charts, go to learncrypto.io and sign up for the cryptocurrency trading course. Also, if you are a Patreon member, you get a 20% discount. So keep that in mind. That's probably a smart move. And if what's the easiest way to bring your families and friends into crypto? We have a beginner course there as well for $99. Now, don't just shill that or this trading course into your friends or family for nothing. Sign up for the affiliate program at learncrypto.io so you make money off getting your friends and family into cryptocurrency and educating them on the financial freedom and the potential of cryptocurrency and the new monetary ecosystem that's moving forward. As we see fiat currency across the globe really struggle with hyperinflation and less spending power by the day.
I don't have much else, so when we sign off here, I'm going to run the crypto Discord ad for the patreon.com Learn Crypto, and then be back here when conditions warrant.
Yeah, Jay Solomon says Michael Saylor news is huge, so he may not see too much lower. I'm not sure what the Michael Saylor news is. That's the problem. I'm not sure. Do you know what the Michael Saylor? The only news I've seen is the new crypto accounting rules for companies, but I'm not sure what the Michael Saylor news is. Do you know, Todd?
No, I've been kind of busy this morning with some stock stuff, but I don't know what Saylor's saying. But maybe somebody's going to tell us here.
Yeah.
And if I look at his Twitter,
looking at his Twitter as well, and I'm not really seeing anything here.
I mean, the fair value accounting, that was yesterday. I'm guessing maybe that's what he's meaning. The fair value accounting is supposed to be, make it easier for the corporations to hold Bitcoin. I would agree with that. So that might keep a floor on us, possibly. But I think technically short term, probably, if we can't hold this 24.8 level and starts showing some weakness, we probably got some stops down there. So I would think the big boys and some of the trading desks would love to go out and clean out everything down below 24.8 and get some liquidations and pick up some cheap Bitcoin and some cheap altcoins if that happens. So
yeah, and then realize if that happens, that could be a potential major buy setup for us, which would lead us to a potential massive rally to like 35 to 45,000 prior to the Bitcoin halving in April of 2024. That's kind of a longer term outlook.
Nasdaq's still down 155, S&P down 17. So again, for me, I'm hoping we stay down here, maybe a little more selling tomorrow, and then see if things come together, see how the weekend acts with crypto by itself, and kind of go from there.
Yeah, Jay says, don't be surprised if most will have to chase Bitcoin higher. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. It leaves people in dry powder. It leaves people in disbelief, and it continues to run. We are out at 29,100, so we have a little more leeway than maybe some other people who didn't take that trade. But we're trying to have some patience sit on our hands here and see if we can get a really good proper setup and add a few more Bitcoin to the bag by doing so. Jay said, yep, it is about the value accounting. I have that pulled up and I have it saved. Maybe I'll do a standalone little 5-minute video on the meaning of it and why it is important and how it could bring other big companies and corporations like Apple, Microsoft, Google to the Bitcoin holder side, just like we see with MicroStrategy, Coinbase, and Riot. I think that's it, guys. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and stay tuned for your daily updates on both crypto and stock, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news right here at Learn Crypto. Follow us on Twitter, and let's see if Todd can take us all to Lambo Land like he promised.
Peace. Out of here. Have a good one.
Warren Buffett, American investor, business tycoon, and one of the wealthiest people in the world, once said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." But how is that possible? Well, knowledge is power. In 2020, it is no longer news that cryptocurrencies are the currency of the digital future. Bitcoin's stability amidst unprecedented global economic impacts from COVID-19 has proven once again that crypto is here to stay. Learning how to trade, when to trade, and where to trade crypto assets can make the difference between success and failure. At LearnCrypto.io, we offer a pathway to sustainable and lifelong wealth by helping open-minded beginners and experienced traders navigate the thin ice of the cryptocurrency markets. Live shows, interviews, coin reviews, fundamental analysis, predictive trading bots, and open chat access to a community of real traders. These are just a few of the benefits you'll receive with a membership on patreon.com/learncrypto. Sign up today if you strive to build yourself a brighter tomorrow.